Hello, it's Karen here from Somatic Habit in York. I am offering this to you. This is a free Soma Scan, which is a really significant part of an effective somatic movement practice. It helps us to bring our focus into our felt sense and also to recognize where our start point is before we explore movements and then what change takes place. So taking a scan after our movements, it helps to notice how we're moving, what effect it's having on us. That said, we can also take a Soma scan at any point. At any point, we want to take a moment to be still and quiet and to just bring our focus back to ourselves, to be present. We use our awareness to anchor us to the here and now. So I'm going to guide you through just a few minutes for a Soma scan, and I'm going to lay down and do the same. So you can lay yourself down onto your back, placing your arms and legs however you need to be most comfortable. But if laying down on your back isn't an option, then you can explore this seated. So when you're ready, make yourself comfortable. And if you're laying on your back, you might just want to take a moment to explore, is it more comfortable to have legs out straight or bent? Find the place that's easiest for you here and now. And then just give yourself a moment to settle into whatever position you're in. And notice how you start to give your weight to the surface underneath you. So notice where you begin to get heavy. And where does your awareness land most easily? What part of your soma are you most aware of? And then take your awareness down to your feet. Notice how they're making contact with the ground. So which part of each foot is meeting the floor? Notice the weight of your feet. And can you sense your toes? Can you sense the arches and the tops of each feet? And are there different sensations between left and right? And then bring your awareness up through your lower legs. If they're straight, noticing how your left leg meets the floor compared with your right. Does one feel heavier or bigger than the other? Notice what gaps there may be behind your knees and the floor. Maybe one knee feels straighter or a little more bent. And where do the back of your thighs meet the ground? What sensations do you feel through the front of your thighs? Is there a difference? And can you get a sense of where the top of each leg comes up to meet your pelvis, making up that ball and socket joint of your hips? Maybe one side is clearer than the other. What sense of balance do you feel across the back of your hips, your pelvis? Notice if one side just feels more comfortable or heavier. Do you feel as if you're resting right in the middle of your pelvis? Or maybe you can sense a little bit of a tip or a tilt to one side. And then keep traveling your awareness up beyond the back of your hips to your lower back. What sensations are showing up for you here? Maybe that is different to the left or right side of your spine. Can you get a sense of the amount of space that sits between your lower back, the back of your belt line, and the floor? And if you like, you could use your hands to just feel underneath there. Is that space bigger or smaller than what you could feel? And then continue taking your awareness up through either side of your back, noticing if one side of your rib cage makes more contact than the other. Maybe one shoulder blade seems to make more contact. Do they seem to be different or similar shapes and weights? How are your arms positioned here? Are they equal distances from your sides? Are they equal weights? Are your hands resting in the same position? Maybe one palm is more curled in or more closed than the other. And where do you feel your head sits between your shoulder blades? Does it sit centrally, or is there a sense of rolling or tilting closer to one shoulder than the other? And then to bring awareness to your front, you could place one hand on your belly around your navel, one hand on your chest. And just give yourself a moment to notice what movement takes place under your hands. Is there more under one than the other? And how does that movement relate to your breath? And based upon what you feel with your hands and with the floor, the ground, can you get an image of the imprint that you're making where you're resting? How whole does that image seem? How symmetrical is it between your left and right side? And then from there, you could go on to explore some somatic movements and come back to a scan afterwards. Or when you're ready, you could nice and gently roll to one side, pressing on up, giving yourself a moment to come to in an upright position, and then go about the rest of your day. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.